Uplifting music at national event. Hi, I'm Ray Williams. Jamaicans put anxiety over gun crime on hold to celebrate at the National Stadium. Two performers perhaps best tapping into the popular mood with their motivational songs.
Lord, I pray.
Inspirational music lifts audience at Grand Gala.
All powerful, omnipotent, shine down your glory, your magnificence.
The August 6 concert carried live, but the National Stadium filled with a capacity crowd. Stranger Cole,
Play the music sweet.
Tinga Stewart,
Oh, I don't seem to be.
Sanchez,
And them tell us how it's a shine.
Damian Marley and many more drafted for the 56th Independence celebrations. Many songs resonating, but two in particular distilling the popular mood.
Nobody can shout to your dreams. Nobody.
When I look, I see them doing the Mexican way, you know, and I felt really powerful at that time because the music was bringing something out of me, and I see it was reaching the people directly.
Richie Stephens' set recapturing the vitality of ska, whilst also touching hearts and minds with uplifting lyrics, as in his current single, You're the Greatest.
You're the greatest. Yeah. You're the greatest. You're the greatest.
But this year's celebrations coming against the background of spiraling crime. Zones of special operations introduced to stem the murder rate.
No, some of it might fall on deaf ears, but I'm hoping that some of it will fall on the right ears and it will have an impact on some people. So when I say you're the greatest, it's coming directly from my soul to remind people that you are great. You don't have to be negative. You don't have to pick up a gun and join a gang to go out there and prove that you're great. You're naturally great. You know, this is what we're trying to say through this music. And it's really resonating with people, and I feel good about it.
And you're convinced that message is not falling on deaf ears?
To be honest with you, when I look in the stadium and see the faces and the emotions coming through and how people are responding, I'm convinced that it is helping to affect some people in a very positive way. And I've seen where other artists putting out efforts to try and do positive songs because that is what people need to hear.
Nobody can shout to your dreams.
Stephens' adopted son Coppercat shot and killed during a robbery in 2011.
Almost every Jamaican is a victim of gun violence. So when your personal experience is that you have to distance yourself from some of the messages that's coming through the music. And this is the reason why certain songs are working greatly nowadays.
Even when they plot and scheme.
The Grand Gala the other night, it was so surreal. In the middle of 30,000, 40,000 people and everybody waving and singing. It was just, and then to me, I just have to humble myself because me know saying me this is a bigger force this.
Whenever I fall, you lift me up.
Wayne Marshall's gospel-sounding anthem Glory to God crossing genres to appeal to a broad spectrum of music lovers.
It has been a life changer, a game changer. I've been doing this thing for 18 years and here I am with my biggest song yet, you know what I mean, by far too. It's like no questions.
Hi Wayne.
What's up, darling?
I'm fine.
Everything good?
Yes, loving you, son.
What makes it your biggest song?
The impact, you know, the fact that it's like it transcends demographic, you know what I mean? The oldest granny in a mucko and the nice little middle-aged uptown lady, the little picnic, you know what I mean? My cousins, my aunties, my relatives calling and saying how it moving them in ways where like no typical song is moving them. What the Christian man would call the spirit of God then. That goosebump feeling. You know when you feel goosebumps when you're watching a movie or you're listening to your favorite song and you just feel that overwhelming emotion.
Wayne at loose ends after years spent on the road with the Marleys when young music producers Blaze Davis and Jordan Armand sent him a new beat, a riff on a 60s ballad, If I Only Had Time.
Glory to thee, oh God.
It came in a free spirit flow. It wasn't anything that had to light candles, incense, and it wasn't a ritual. You know what I mean? It just came just like any other song. But the emotion was much more deep. It came with tears. It came with that overwhelming conviction that this must be something bigger than me right now.
Our Redeemer, saving grace.
Here it is, after doing so much work, doing this, knocking on this door, knocking on that door, I find the biggest song yet. So what I realized that I'm onto something, Anthony. And remember the last time we interviewed, I told you that I have a direct line now. Before I found the song, and I say I have a direct line to the boss now. Look out for great things next. That's what I told you.
Lord, I pray.
And on the strength of one song, some fans convinced Marshall's gone gospel.
They would have to talk to me for a while to get to the bottom of where my spiritual. I'm on a journey and I'm open. I'm not closing myself down. Because I really feel like the biggest danger in the world is not the asking of questions, is the assumption that we have all the answers.
But have you become a gospel artist?
No, I'm not a gospel artist. I'm a musical artist. You know what I mean? I'm not a gospel artist. I sing my songs that I've done before because I truly believe that God gave me those songs too.
But they're seeing all sorts of things happening at the same time. You cut your hair. Why did you cut your hair?
Well, it was a personal decision. I mean, I just decided that it was time I was going through so many transitions at the time. Dad had just passed, funeral had just gone, and I just said, you know what? I've been thinking about this for a while. Time to make a change. Sometimes you pray for change, but then you're not willing for change in the earthly realm. So it was just time. It was time for change.
And what were some of the immediate reactions the first time people saw you without the locks you've had for so many years?
Well, I can tell you, some fest was when I saw Damon for the first time because he was on tour. So, and the man would not ease up on me. The man, every time I come around here, he look me straight in the eye and say, yo, you come with Marshall? Is he here?
Precisely because the impact this song is having, you think people are going to sort of box you into this corner now where you're always going to have to be doing this thing where you're, trying to invoke some higher entity or making super serious spiritual music?
No, I don't think so. And I think that's up to me to make sure that I draw the line and make them realize that I am a musician.
I know I'm not worthy to see your face.
I was going through a process. I literally was going through a process, Anthony. I'm not telling a lie. And the music, I did have to go back to because I realized I never perfect it. Me there on stage, I'm not sure which key, it's kind of sharp, flat. And you can't be asking for the greatest song in the world and can't go sing it on a stage. It don't make no sense. You have to prepare yourself for the blessing, put in the work, and then now you raise your hand and say, God, me do my time. So, blessing time now.
Stepping on my life.
Coming soon, Wayne's video of Glory to God directed by J. Will.
To me, I'm just buckled up and wondering where this song is going to take me to next.
Hey, Lord, I pray, I honor your name.
Fatal shooting Mars Dream Weekend. Police investigation ongoing. 37-year-old Canadian Jean Mathieu, aka Jim, shot and killed during a fight with a security guard.
Thousands converging on the grill for the usual round of parties over the Independence holidays. But one incident marring the festivities, marketed collectively as Dream Weekend. More than a week later, a full picture yet to emerge of the shooting dead of 37-year-old Canadian Jean Mathieu by a security guard.
The details that we know now from the preliminary report is really that the security personnel acted in self-defense when a patron assaulted them. And then, of course, the security personnel was cleared of initially any wrongdoing at the time. So we're confident that the investigation will prove fruitful in terms of information to release to the media.
How can somebody be allowed into the event with their firearm?
Yeah,
what was the guy doing with a licensed firearm? Wasn't he searched?
We have a strict no weapons policy on all our tickets, all our entrances. So if somebody was in the venue with a firearm that was not the security personnel, it was an unofficial situation, meaning that we are not aware of how he managed to get his firearm in.
But it's incumbent on you to search people going into the event.
Well, yes. But the trick is that the JCF mans all the entrances and exits and executes a search. So we ask for support from the police to execute the search at all of those points. They provide more than ample persons. From my initial report, the gentleman entered the venue through the main entrance. That's, you know, the information that we got. I don't know anything otherwise. I don't know how he entered the venue with a firearm. He certainly was not let in by myself or any of the other directors.
How potentially damaging is an incident like this to an event like Dream Weekend, popular, attended by thousands of people, and for the brand Dream Weekend?
It depends on how it's received. If people believe at some point in time that Dream Weekend itself, or, you know, my directors and myself were responsible for any malfeasance or any, you know, issues relating to this, then people would lose confidence in the brand. I think even on the night, people thought and felt that we had great security presence there, and they all acted in a very professional manner on the night, after the night, and during the rest of the weekend. And the police themselves told us that they were fully comfortable with our security arrangements. First time that this has happened ever. And, you know, we're truly sorry. It's very, very tragic that the gentleman lost his life. I mean, you know, for us, any loss of life is catastrophic. But we try to just, you know, put forward a good event that people enjoy themselves and continue to build on brand Jamaica.
He was honest. He was honest.